Okay, here we go. It is a hot and humid morning. So what do? This is our lifting day. Well, if you have an air conditioned room, that's great. If you want to do it in the heat, that's fine too, but just be mindful. Heat and high humidity is even an athlete's worst enemy. Can you use it for training? Absolutely. However, when you're past a certain spot in your birthdays, you have to be mindful of heat and humidity. So, with that said, put a fan on you. Make it so that you don't have to fight the heat and exercise. So, here we go. So, with that said, I have my little overhead fan going on here. I've put my carries out here. I'm going to capitalize on some of the major things that we want to do, that we want to just kind of work through, you know, in movement. And let's start up here at the head and shoulders. And as I do that, I'm not going to, at the very onset of the class, I'm not going to step on my balance pad yet. I am going to put it in my chair. So I'm going to do some movement patterning. So what does that mean? That means I'm going to walk front to back. That means I'm going to step up on a solid surface or just bring the knee up. Okay, that's all I want to do. If you don't have a platform that's lower, of course, anytime you want to. And I told this to Tina one time. See how I'm walking back? So instead of stepping up, putting pressure down, I'm just going to bring the knee up. Okay? And I'm going to bring the knee up. And I want you to notice something. I'm bringing the knee up, and I'm not doing this fast. When I walk back, I'm going to strike a match, bring the heel to the hip, sink down, step back. So I'm right here. So I'm striking a match back. Then I'm going to bring the heel into the hip, step back. So when you step back, sink down into a relaxed or a soft knee. Here we go. Pull. See that striking the match. Don't excessively lean forward. Bring the heel to the hip. Sink. Okay, big breath. One more before my room ends. So here, right there. See, I struck the match. Drop my shoulders. Take a breath. Sink yourself down. This puts pressure right here. And you're going to bring the heel to your hip. And if you do it too quickly, walk forward, walk forward, walk forward, walk forward. And you should notice a distinct, in your hip bones, a distinct pattern. It's like a figure eight type of a thing. You're doing like that. Now here I go again. I'm going to slow down. I'm going to strike the match, say rib cage up, bring the heel to the hip. And you bring it up until you feel this stretch. Strike the match, okay? Set yourself. Big breath through the nose, sink, and you're going to bring the heel to the hip. Now let me show you something here. Some of you are going to be going, I don't feel any stretch. I don't feel any stretch. You know why? Because when you go to lift your heel to the hip, see, I'm back here, and I'm lifting the heel to the hip. Big stretch. Big contraction. But if I shift forward and do this, I'm not going to feel any stretch. Bingo. So here we go. Strike the match because I want the foot to be back of the knee. See, I want this knee to be behind this knee. Drop your shoulders. Balance. Okay, breath. Bring the heel to the hip until you feel a little stretch and contraction. Don't do it quick. Don't do it really tight. It'll ball up on you. I went over that the other day, I think. Drop. See, before you lift that heel, you got to drop your center of gravity. Okay, so I'm going to take those couple of passes. Then I'm going to do some patterns things. Then I'm going to go straight into resetting your shoulders. Many of us, do you see that first step? So if your back has been on the edge and you're just kind of getting, it takes a couple days. Do you see what I'm doing right now? The knee in the front is soft. Breathing through the nose, drop my shoulders, okay? And I'm opening this part of my hip. See that? I'm doing a gentle hyperextension in my back. I'm on one toe here. Now I'm going to put the heel down and back. Yes. Okay. Then I'm going to bring that leg up here and then step over and go back and do the thing on the other side. So now this leg is going to be stepping. So I'm going to go like this because I want this leg to be behind. And at first, you're going to bring the heel up, okay? But you want to try to gently put that heel down as you bend the front knee and straighten the back knee, okay? Big breath through the nose, drop your shoulders. Woo, hips forward. Yes, yes, and yes. Hips forward. I can tell you this hip for me is much tighter than the replaced hip. Ha, but this is my replaced knee, so it's gentle on this. And this is a great position for your back. So see, I'll take my hands and just push gently, not hard. Soften up the knee. Drop your shoulders, okay? And then you're gonna take the back leg and step forward and over, okay? So when you're hesitating like this with one leg behind you, you're kind of off, soften your knees first so you can step out both ways. So now we're gonna do this as we go back. And now we're gonna start moving our shoulders and our arms. All I'm gonna do is take a fist or an open palm and put it right there in front of my shoulder. And I'm doing little tiny drops. See that? So I do this kind of a pattern walk for the specific reason of getting more mobility through my ankles in a very functional way. So here I go back again. See, I'm going to go down. I'm going to go just down momentarily, not holding it. See this? So I want to put my toe, then I want to drop into the heel. I want to drop into the heel. If you get off balance, even a little, get your pole. I'm telling you, that helps so much. Let's go back to the front of the room. Here's your pole. Now you're stepping behind. We've already stretched it. And I want to bring that heel down. But then I want to drop my whole body. Because that not only works in the knee, all the muscles around the knee, now I'm addressing the lower leg. And by putting your heel down on the ground in the back, staying very in good symmetrical stance, you'll have a little pressure here and a lot of stretch. Then you come back. And then you go here, and so you do the same thing. Down, 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 right? Take a big deep breath. Gently use the pole. And then you can do a step all the way back. Once you've helped find the pathway, and by stepping back, and you see, by stepping back, have the pole if you need to. If you don't need the pole, great. Just be mindful that when you're on one foot versus the other foot, and you're putting that heel down, and you are swinging your arm. See this? Swinging your arm. It's going to throw you. It's supposed to throw you. Don't go fast. rib cage up. So you sink down, you're pressing and you're pressing. So before you take that step, behind, and then you come down, okay? And you're swinging your arms here. It's gonna swing you off balance. It's supposed to. That's why this is such a great active movement balance work. So I'm down, sink, say rib cage up, put the heel down. You should be feeling that. So you're pressing, see how I'm swinging? So this whole principle of stepping back and pulling your arms one side and the other, this is a principle very well known to dancers, to skaters, if you're an ice skater, roller skater, anything. Man, what you do with your arms and your head is going to dictate a lot. Okay, now we're going to do walking front and walking back lunges. Now, when you walk front and you sink, see, I'm setting you up. I'm only going to take 3 steps. Just limit it to 3. You can either do this front to back. So right now, I say rib cage up and I sink. And I'm trying to bring the back knee down, okay? Don't do this fast. Go as wide in your step as you can. So wide that it throws you off. That's when you bring this little bar down. See this? So see, we've already worked on kind of getting the ankle so that it's a little more flexible, right? So now we're gonna really bend the knee down as far as we can. So I can tell you, on my knee replace side, I am very much more inflexible on this side when I try to go down with that knee and down, keep my heel down, much more. I have to work on it really hard. Okay, now I'm gonna go forward. So I'm gonna go forward and forward and forward. You still have a back leg and a front leg, but the trajectory makes a difference in everything. That's why I'm doing forward and backward lunges or approaching a lunge. And I can do it here and really work on my balance, or I can have it right here to avoid any kind of too much of a big step, misstep. See, go back. So I'm staying, I tend to stay a little bit longer when this leg is in back because I'm trying to get that ankle. Yeah, so if you have a tight ankle, you know which side gives you more trouble. Take a little bit more time. Just try to bend. Okay, so forward and backward lunges, and we're going to revisit that in just a minute. So right now, I'm going to use my bar again. I'm running through some real basic moves, fundamental moves. And one of them is, can you get your knee up to where your hip is at a 90 degree? So this would not be a 90 degree, but this is perfectly fine if this is where you're at, okay? Here's my bar. I don't have it up here. I don't have it here. I have it right here. See here? Here's my elbow. And I go straight out, right there, okay? The next thing is, I'm gonna just check and see, can I maintain that little tap, tap, tap? See that? So shift your weight, and I might add that I'm coming off the cusp of having a little, tightness, little back flare up kind of a thing, right? So you don't go loading real heavy. You kind of ease back into it, unless you just like to be totally immobile for several days. So here I go. See this? Take a look at your hands. Are you dropping them? Are you raising them too much? Okay, try to go straight out. See that? Straight out. And shift and bring that knee up. Okay? You're going to find that one leg gives you much more trouble than the other. So just note that. This is kind of like finding out, you know, where you're at, how you're functioning, which side is a little compromised, and then prepare for that. See how I shifted? Okay, don't lean in, keep your chin tucked. So we haven't hit that shoulder and neck yet. We're going to. So I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to try to come up as far as I can. Woo! I'm really fighting for balance here. Breath, 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 breath. Much harder on this side. This is the side that's giving me trouble. Little tightness. Okay, I know it's arthritis. I've been diagnosed with it. I went and had it seen about, so I knew it was nothing else. So now just step over and just step over. So see, this move is a move that I did the very beginning, but I held it, right? And I talked you through pushing your hips forward. But every time that I step over, I do all of these things. I drop my shoulder, tuck in your chin, rib cage up. But see, I'm holding this bar right here. I'm pushing my hips forward every time. Even if I don't hesitate, I'm pushing those hips forward. Okay, so now let's move this a little quicker. We're gonna come here. We're gonna come here. Now we're gonna take it on the road. See how I'm just coming like this and like this? So let me tell you, if you have hip and or balance issues, and you're trying to strengthen and be more confident in your walking, this move that I'm doing right here, if you could get 30 or even 2 sets of 30 done, like most days, oh my goodness. See, I'm gonna walk back. I'm gonna walk back, because I'm gonna counter this move in just a minute with my chair. I'm gonna show it to you in just a second. So I'm trying to let you see that this move can be extremely valuable for balance, for strength, for flexibility, but you got to go at it right. So get your chin tucked in so that it's not leading. Take this move on the road, so to speak. And if you have to go a little wide when you put your foot down, that's okay. Just be ready for the shifting. See? Take a breath. 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 Then we're going to put this down. Going to come here. Going to come here. We already did this. Revisiting, revisiting, revisiting. Breath. 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 You want to get your quads. You want to get your hamstrings. You want to get your hips firing. Okay? Okay. Now, here's the counter. This is the one I'm going to do right before I go into the shoulders. Okay? So, what's my counter? You get your chair, you get a pillow wall. Or you get your chair, you get a wall. Put your hand on a wall. That's great. I don't have a wall right here. I could do it here. In fact, I'll do it here. If you have a wall or if you have a table, great. Some of you only have a chair. Use a chair. Because we're just going to take this back. And before we do anything else, we're going to squeeze our gluteal. Okay? Drop your shoulders. Take a breath. And you're just going to go back from the hip. See, it's a backward walk. See that? But don't come in and out unless you do what? Everybody should be screaming at your screen. Contract your gluteal. So, shoulders down, rib cage up, and tighten that gluteal right there. So if you do, if you really see a benefit to doing that move that I showed you just a while ago, where we're bringing our knees up 90 degrees, then you need to counter with this one, okay? Squeeze the gluteal, drop the shoulders. When that heel is up there, wiggle your ankle back and forth. So here we go. Wiggle it back and forth. Keep that gluteal really tight and come back in. Take a big deep breath, rib cage up, drop my shoulders, shift. Here I go. Bring that leg back, squeeze the gluteal, come back in, squeeze the gluteal and go back and forth with your ankle. I forgot to do it on the other one. Drop your shoulders. Here we go, back, in and out with that ankle and come back in. Squeeze the gluteal. Do not just throw that leg up there, okay? That's a primary flaw in going too fast and or not setting your posture. Tight. Okay, now we're gonna do some repeats. But before we do that, you know what we're gonna do? Because we've spent a lot of time now and these back muscles are very contracted. So, you put your hands here on the counter, or you put it on a chair, or just on your thighs. Come right down here like a catcher's position, not low, but a catcher's position. And then you're gonna go shoulders to ears, and then you're gonna go round your back, tightening your tummy, and then you're gonna do the camel. So camel to mad cat. Camel, not done fast, to mad cat, right there. Bring your shoulders way up to your ears, and now push down, push down, push down, push down, push down. Do it 3 more times. Here we go, here we go. Take a big deep breath. Really get your hip to move. You're pushing all the way through the pelvic. Now you squeeze your rear end, bring your shoulders to your ears. One last one. So, if you've overlifted, if you've slept prone, if you've stepped on uneven ground and your back is a little on the edge, burn that one into your brain. You can go from a high kind of cat camel to from your knees to on the floor to a chair, cat camel, all the way down. You can go all the way down here. It all depends on you. So once you're in your chair, which I just put you here in the chair, you step wide, you bring your elbows in. Now drop your shoulders. Now go into the heels. You're hanging onto the back of the chair. You're gonna go into the heels and press your butt back and really stretch through the lats and then come back in. And then you do a cat, camel. Don't do it fast. Cat and a camel. Breath, cat, and a camel, okay? Then you help yourself right here, stand up, turn, turn. Use that transverse move. Very important move. Very important move. Where's the pressure in your feet right now? Yeah, should be kind of toward the heel, okay? Little bit. Back and forth, back and forth. You got it? Okay, now we're gonna come into our shoulders. Okay, now is when I'm gonna put this pad down. Now is when I'm gonna step into my little balance maneuvering, okay? And what I'm gonna on purpose do is go into the toes and then go into the heels. I'm not really lifting my heels. I'm not lifting my toes. What I am doing is I'm putting pressure. I'm shifting pressure, okay? Now, have your feet on the balance pad in such a way that if, which I'm going to do, if you don't just go forward into the ball of the foot and backward into the heels, and here's what I want you to notice. When you push your weight into the balls of the feet with a knee that's soft, and then you shift to the heels, notice how drastically that changes your relationship in your hips, your back. Big deal. Drop your shoulders, breath through the nose, but have your feet in such a way that if I don't go just forward and backward, let's say I go roll to the side, which I've talked you through that before, right? My knees are soft and I'm rolling. See, I don't want to roll off the pad. So have your feet at least so they can actually roll. Now, when you're up on here, and if you happen to know that you have balance issues, then you would be one that would need to have a pole or a wall or a chair where you can put your hand on it. You see what I'm doing? See, I don't want you to just go back and forth really willy-nilly. You gotta feel this, okay? You gotta drop shoulders, drop the chin, okay? Retraction, protraction, retraction, protraction. How far can you go with that? Okay, keep it in retraction. See, roll, and then come to the ball of the foot, heel, then roll. Okay? Yeah, it's R-O-W-L, roll. That's what it is. I'm surprised the teachers that are on my channel right now did not know that. I can feel Kathy's rolling her eyes and Kay is just laughing. See? Okay, with your hands. See, look at here. I'm doing weight loading right now, y'all. And I'm doing balance work right now. Ah! My knees are soft. I'm in a retracted state with my chin. My ears are over my shoulders. My shoulders are right over my hips. And I'm rolling. My knees are soft. And I'm going to go to the toe and to the heel. Remember, I'm not lifting it off the pad. I'm shifting. This is one of the best things you can do to help your balance. I know, and everybody thinks, oh, you know, let's do something hard. And I'm like, why? How about let's keep our balance on this kind of a little task? How about that? And not get off balance. Yeah, your brain, your ears, your eyesight, your muscles, all your proprioceptive joints, they are working overtime right now. My knees are soft. I'm pretending I'm shushing down the mountain, okay? And I have to really pretend because with 2 replaced joints, that is not something I do anymore. Here we go. But I remember, see there? You can go back and forth. Don't go too fast. Big breath. Now go to the midfoot and then to the ball of the foot. Don't lift your heels, just shift your weight. Yeah, that's the thing that causes so much falling, is not being able to adequately shift your weight into these positions and hold your balance. That's why we're working on it, on a balance pad. Go figure. Okay, step off. Now we're ready. Okay, I'm stepping off just for a second. I'm gonna go wide. Okie dokie. And I'm gonna do this next move with my shoulders to help reset your shoulders. And I'm gonna step. See that? I'm gonna go wide, so you're as wide as the pad. You're as wide as the pad. Drop your shoulders, okay? And whenever I bring my arms up, if you have a sore shoulder, this is gonna push you. When those arms are up and you step in, so you gotta be able to think, this is a compound move, okay? I'm moving upper and lower. See this? See this? Yeah. So I'm not doing any circles right now. All I'm doing is trying to get you to get your step and your posture in there. So I'm going to shut my mouth. Not really. But I want you to shut your mouth because I want you to breathe through your nose. That's number one. I want you to get a protraction done. Okay? I'm going to put your hands out. I'm going to step. See, I'm going to come back. I'm going to step. I'm going to come back. See that? Anytime during these 30 forward, where their thumbs forward or back, that you need to stop and rest, you drop your shoulders. You can keep going, just go lower, and then rejoin. You got it? So our goal is to be up here, right out of the shoulder. See that? If you need to drop them, drop them. If you need to bend your elbows, bend your elbows. Because I want this move to come from the shoulder girdle. I don't want you to just stand here and do that. Okay, are we good? Ready? So anytime I need to quit stepping, then quit stepping. Big breath, drop your shoulders. Here we go. Thumbs are forward, shoulders are down. And I'm gonna start circling. And Kathy's counting. That's 1, 2. You get the idea. You don't have to push down. I just want you to step and don't look. See, I'm just wanting you to step. Take a big breath. I want you to feel that. Drop your shoulders again. Some of you are bringing your shoulders up. You're holding tension. It's amazing how that happens, isn't it? Okay. So we're doing 30. I think we've done 10, maybe. Kathy knows. See, don't step hard. All I want you to do is step. Tight tummy, rib cage up, drop your shoulders. Yeah, they start wanting to come up. You know why? Because you're trying to use the stronger muscles. And I want you to get those shoulder girdle muscles, the whole thing on board. So you got to keep your shoulders down. That's probably, we're heading into the 20s somewhere. Keep going.
30, 31.
All right. The dogs heard you, Kathy. It's okay. It's just Kathy. She's counting. That's hilarious. They heard you. Okay, do this. Listen. You know those 2 little stinking minutes that some of you are trying to do through your day? Yeah, it should be done every 30 minutes. Seriously. This is one of them. Okay, so get ready. So we did it this way, and now we're going to go up with the palm. Drop your shoulders. This is the one. I talked you through all the stuff in the beginning to get to this. And with holding that bar, bringing that knee up, okay? And if you do that one, then make sure that you do the hip extension along with the flexion. Okay, those 2. If you just focused on this arm thing and that thing, oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. So here I am. First of all, you got to get your stance. Get a little wider than the pad, the balance pad. Up, if that's a problem, go lower, okay? You get to choose. Step, here we go. Thumb is back. See that? Take a big breath. Drop your shoulders. You're going back. You're going back. Keep your chin tucked. Breathing in through the nose. I'm wondering if I'm going to lose electricity. Things are kind of rainy out here. Take a breath. So you don't worry about stepping hard or anything like that into this 2-inch height of a little balance pad. Just step into it. So you just step into it. Take rib cage up. Drop your shoulders. Rib cage up. Drop your shoulders and breathe. Take a breath. Tight tummy. Yes. You got to drop your shoulders.
30.
Ooh. Okay, bring them down. I wanted you to know what this felt like. We forget. That's the point. We forget. Okay, step into your pad. My question to you is this. If I came into the room right now where you're exercising, and you stepped into the pad, what would you have done with this back foot? Would you have done that? Ask yourself that. Because that's typically what we want to do. So just step in with one leg, but don't turn that foot in the back, okay? And do your pendulum. Okay, this is great to do. Drop your shoulders, gentle pressure into that front bent knee, the front bent at the knee. Drop your shoulders, take a breath. So we go forward and back, working through this sagittal plane, okay? Then we do frontal. We're gonna go this way, okay? So this one is especially, I'm bringing to you this move, especially for K. You can thank K for this. Because see, we're doing this, everything's good, right? And then I take you into here, and I say, drop your chin, and I say, pull back. Oh, that makes everything different. So I go here, frontal, palms are down. Then I turn the thumb up and I pull those shoulders back. Okay, and I keep my chin tucked. And I bring it back down. So here we go here. Then we go thumbs up and those shoulders are squeezing. Then I come back down and I may do that for a minute. And then I do this for a minute. So I've gone over 3 moves now. See, I did the sagittal. Now we're frontal. Here we go, right here, and the thumb goes up. When the thumb goes up, the shoulders have to go down. Then I squeeze those shoulder blades together. And then I come back in, frontal. Big breath in through the nose. Drop the shoulders, open. And then I come back. Boom, right there, thumb goes up. And we pull those shoulders back. I'm gonna do 2 more. Just stay with me, stay with me, stay with me. Here we go, thumbs back. And pull in, shoulders down, pretend I'm right there with my hands on your shoulders. Here we go, breaths. Woo! I said 2, didn't I? Shoot, I usually say a couple. Kathy does not like me saying couple because then she didn't know where I'm going with it. Neither do I. Okay. By doing that, taking the time, talking you through it like I did, oh my goodness, your shoulders should feel so much better right now than they did. So let's go over here and I'm gonna not go heavy. I'm gonna go 9. So I'm gonna have a 9-pound and a 9-pound. Now, if that's too much for you, then go to 6 or go to 3. See, if you pick up 3 and 3, that's still 6 coming into the center of your structure, your body structure. See? So here I am. I got 9 and 9, right? And I have my carry bag out here for a reason. So I focused on shoulders, posture, balance, and everything that we've done today has been body weight loading, okay? Now I'm gonna turn this, the weights, and I'm gonna just kind of sit back. See that? So I can do this in front of my chair. If you have significant back issues and you know it, I would put my little balance pad in my chair. That gives me 2 inches of grace, okay? And remember, the goal is to stay functional and as strong as possible in daily living activities. That's why we're gonna do some carries with a heavier load. I don't have my weight vest on today, but I did a lot of range of motion through the hip, through the back. And then you do a sit. And do you notice where my weights were when I did that? I put them right here on the top of my thigh, right above my knee. Okay, ready? Here we go. Hip hinge, keep your chin tucked. Drop your shoulders, take a breath. And I'm gonna go here and up, okay? And again, you can have as heavy a weight as you feel like you can handle. Then I'm gonna come here. If I'm struggling with tight hips, a bad knee, back, a little delicate back, then I'm gonna put the weights on my thigh. I'm gonna use that as I go down with control. If I'm good to go and I can go heavier, then knock your socks off. Don't put the weights on your thigh. Put them out here. They're still close to the body. You're gonna come up. You're gonna go 1 and 2 and 3. Breath. 4. Soft knees. Breath. Okay, now slow it down and go all the way down. Then go all the way up. And extend the back. Then down and all the way up. All the way down, all the way up. Don't throw those weights. Don't grip too hard. Release it. Here we go. Drop your shoulders. Big breath. Woo. Okay, get ready. Right here, soften your knees, drop your shoulders, and just take this weight right above my ear. See, I'm tapping my head right here. Then I come right to the shoulder. Then I come down. Big breath, soften your knees, drop your shoulders, pull right here, come right here to just over the ear, just over the ear. Then you come down, then you come down. If you have had shoulder issues in any way, and or forward head or rounded shoulders or just pain in through your shoulders, don't push this, but you gotta do it. This is a functional move. So if you just come here and you can't go any farther, that's fine. Come here. If you can come right to here, see that? It's from the shoulder to right above the ear, that's it. But my shoulders are down. My tummy is super tight. Then I come down. Then I come back up. Then I come right above the ear and down. And right above the ear and down. Right above the ear and down. See, I'm doing one side, then the other. I don't want to put too much on a delicate back that you're just getting over kind of a little tightness or whatever. Okay, I'm going to go to sit down. And what did I tell you to do? If you're in those categories, you're going to put your weights here, right? But your back is extended. If you're going to go for it, then you're just going to go for it. Take a breath. Exhale. Heels. Squeeze your butt. Yes. Here we go. Up. Up. Right above the ear. Bring it down. Right above the ear. Bring it down. Now take a breath. Right above the ear. Hold that. Right above the ear. Hold that. Bring it down. Down. Take a breath. Right here. Right here. Down. Down. Take a breath. Drop your shoulders. Right here. Right here. Take a breath. Down and down. Come down. Come all the way down. Woo! Now lean in. You're leaning right into your legs here. And you're like a little stick man. In order to get down, you hip hinge. And you say rib cage up. And you drop your shoulders. Okay? Big breath. You come down here. Now you're going to take those 9-pound weights or whatever poundage you got. And you're going to bring your elbows up with the weight. Then you come back down, take a breath. Exhale. Come back down. Take a break. Here we go. Exhale as you lift. You got to keep your shoulders down. Go back down. Here we go. Pull those elbows right up there. Keep your chin tucked. Stay down as far as you possibly can. You're trying to be kind of parallel with the floor with your upper body. Take a big breath. Shoulder blades go in. Keep your chin tucked. Woo! Take a breath. Go. Take a breath. Go. 2 more. We got it. We got it. Get those shoulder blades in. One more. And come up. Okay. Now I'm going to go for a little different way to put my weights. Okay. You may elect to just put your weights right here. Okay. That's fine. I'm going to put mine right here. It's up to you. Close to your body. You don't have to have it up here. You can have it here, right under your chin. Okay, but your back has to stay extended. So I'm gonna hang on to them. And I'm not gonna do any momentum little rocking thing. Do not do that, okay? Take a breath. Hip hinge. Put your weight into your heels. Tighten your tummy. Breathe, exhale. Boom, squeeze your butt right now. Yeah, here we go, back down. Make sure you hit your chair. Drop your shoulders. Chin tucked, breath. Exhale, you're in the heels. Come back down. Breath, drop your shoulders. Here we go, heels. Do not bring those knees in. One more. Here we go, breath. Exhale, heels. Woo. And we're right here. Yeah. Now I'm going to put these weights over here. My little rack. Now I'm heading for my carry. Now I did some kind of heavy yard work yesterday, not super heavy. Yeah, I broke open this huge pot and lifted the contents out, and I still have to finish it. So here's my heavy carry. I'm telling you this because I don't want you to overload. If you've had a tight back, if you've had a little catch, yeah, it's just on the edge, yeah, then you might elect to go lighter, you know, with your jugs right here. See this? You might elect to pick up 2 equal weights, see? And that would be fine, you can do that. I'm gonna pick up my heavier load. And what am I gonna do? I'm gonna put it right in the middle. So I'm putting it right in the middle. It could be a kettlebell. But here's what you don't change. When you approach this lift, you don't round your back. No, and you don't bring your knees in. No, you push your butt back. You drop your shoulders. You grab that weight. And I'm gonna grab down, as far down as I can, like a kettlebell, and I'm gonna pull. And when I come to here, I'm gonna squeeze my butt. And then I'm gonna go down, take a big deep breath, go into the heels, bring it right into your solar plexus, squeeze your butt. Soften your knees. Here we go, breath. Drop your shoulders. Yeah, right there. Breath. Come down. Here we go. Drop your shoulders. Right there. Come back down. Take a breath. Go way down with your hips. Way down with your hips. Don't put your head lower than your hips. Okay? Drop your butt into your heels. Pull, pull. Okay? Breath back down, back down. Here we go. Drop your shoulders, breath. Pull and pull. Bring it back down and back down. So what is this on that I'm picking up? I added them up. This is 25 to 30 pounds that I'm pulling right now. Take a big breath. Drop your shoulders, heels. Okay, we got 2 more. Here we go. Breath, heels. Remember, when you're heading down here, do not put your head lower than your butt. Okay, I want your butt down. And then come back down. Okay. Open those hands. Pull, pull. This is a very hot, humid day. We worked all session to get to that last big move. If you put your foot on the edge of your little balance pad and just push your toe down, keep your knees a little soft. Oh my goodness, right through the front of that ankle and that foot. See, you step right here, heel, and then point down. See, and then back off. Straight leg. Yeah, just like that. So, a couple of main moves for shoulders, hips, and then I took off in many directions. So I'm hoping that this helped you get a little load going for a very hot, humid day and gave you some ideas. And squeezed your rear end really good. Slugs don't like to do that. Oh gosh.